After there was one more, heading level dipper south.
If you're surprised by what's going on in society, it means that your model of society is wrong. Your core assumptions are wrong, right? And that means that you're not prepared for whatever's coming in the future. And we have a lot of people in society that are surprised by what's happening. And that's because their baseline assumptions on human nature, the way society works, the way government works, all that sort of stuff, they're just wrong.
We have seen what happens in good countries. We've seen what happens in bad countries. So right now we see a lot of bad things happening in Canada. So we're trying to send up a warning flare.
believes there is ample evidence that Canada is the target of significant and sustained foreign interference activities.
Liberal and Conservative MPs sparred Tuesday over bombshell allegations of Chinese interference.
A troubling new report from the RCMP tonight. It's investigating claims of criminal activity at so-called police stations allegedly set up by China's government.
Our top story is focused on a controversial procurement contract. It's between the RCMP and Sinclair Technologies, a communications company that is partly owned by China.
And it found the federal government's engagement with provincial and municipal governments and the Canadian public on the threat from foreign interference has been limited.
And your everyday Canadian citizen doesn't understand what warfare is, or information warfare, psychological warfare, fifth generational warfare. But that's a lot of our men and women in our organization specialize in aspects of warfare. And unfortunately, the global elites, the government are waging war against their own citizens.
I respect China's achievements, which are tremendous over the last over 40 years. I think it's a role model for many countries, but the Chinese model is certainly a very attractive model for quite a number of countries.
The Communications Security Establishment, or CSEC, has insisted it targets only foreign communication. But now it's been revealed it's also sweeping up the personal information of thousands of Canadians and storing it for up to 30 years.
Will we need vaccine cards as proof or passports of sorts? And if so, what are the ethics surrounding all of that? It's a complicated issue, and there are a lot of different opinions about how it's going to break down.
Hello there. You'll soon need to prove you've been vaccinated before getting on a plane or a train in Canada. The government announced new details of their promised vaccine mandate this week. Federal workers will also need to get a COVID-19 shot, or they will be put on leave without pay.
If you left the house any time over the last 2 years and took your cell phone with you, odds are the federal government was tracking you. A report to the House of Commons Ethics Committee shows our movements were closely monitored during the pandemic to help Public Health Agency of Canada understand travel patterns.
Nearly a year after its introduction, the Liberal government's controversial gun control bill has passed in the House of Commons.
The Liberal government is facing accusations it's putting Canadian free speech at risk. The uproar stems from an amendment made to the government's broadcasting bill, that is C-10, and the change would allow the country's broadcasting watchdog to regulate content uploaded to social media.
Beginning today, Canadians will start to lose access to news on Facebook and Instagram.
The Liberal government has taken a second go at tackling harmful online content. The new legislation tabled just this afternoon seeks to better protect both children and adults on the internet. It proposes establishing a digital safety commission, a 5-person panel tasked with enforcing new rules around harmful content, as well as a new digital safety ombudsperson. The bill also seeks to amend the criminal code to crack down harder on hate crimes.
China's leadership plays a central role in driving global economic growth. Any economic strategy that ignores China or that treats the valuable relationship as anything less than critically important is not just short-sighted, it's irresponsible.
So Canadian citizens need to ask themselves, what is their task and what is their purpose? And if it's to save this country, then this country will be saved.